Mark Kikta. I retired as a captain in the United States Navy. I wanted to be a biologist. I wanted to be a marine biologist, actually. And so I went through college, taking all the courses, thinking I was going to be a marine biologist. And then I got the opportunity to take some flying lessons. The Navy had a program where you could go take flying lessons. They would pay for them, and they could see if you had the aptitude to fly before they sent you to flight school and spent millions of dollars on you. So I did that, and I had a great time. And my advisor said, well, let's put you in for flight school. So my eyes were only 20/25. They had to be 20/20 before you could go in. They could change later, but to go in, they had to be 20/20. And so he said, well, you're going to eat these vitamins, you're going to wear your sunglasses every day. And sure enough, I went to get my eye exam, passed it 20/20, and went into naval aviation. And so the rest is kind of history after that. I managed to go down to Pensacola, where everybody goes first, and then off to Beeville, Texas, and finish that part of my training. So you go to Pensacola and you pick whether you're going to fly jets or props or helicopters, and I got jets, and so off we went to Beeville, Texas, which, by the way, was a terrific place in those days, and a lot of fun and terrific people. Of course, you do all your carrier landings on the painted runways they have, and then you go out to the ship. First, you fly the T-2 Buckeye, and then we went out to the Lexington. We went to the USS Lexington. Another story that I tell all the time is my first trap by myself in a T-2 on the Lexington. Nobody rides with you because they're not that stupid. They know you're going to do this by yourself, and they don't want you to kill them if you don't. So I'm out there, and I'm rolling around the corner, coming into the groove, and I had just seen the movie Jaws. My knees, well, first of all, my knees were banging against the stick because I was so nervous on my first attempt at this thing. But I knew those sharks, I could see those sharks jumping out of that water down there, that I was going to jump out of this airplane and get eaten up by sharks. So it added a lot of stress in my mind to that day. But I got through that day. It was pretty exciting. And then leaving there was another great experience. So it was, I got all my landings, and the air boss says, okay, we pumped you full of gas, climb up to 2,000 feet and hook up with 610, and he'll take you back to the base. So I take off. I go up there and I'm orbiting around the ship looking for 610, and I didn't see him. And the air boss says, well, hey, did you find 610? And I said, no, I'm still looking. And he goes, all right, 610, rock your wings. And so I see about 4 airplanes rock their wings. So once again, I was confused on who 610 is. So by the time we got around to figuring this out, he had to leave because he was running out of gas. And now I'm stuck back up there with getting low on fuel. And so the air boss said, okay, come back down and land, and we'll fill you up again and send you off. So that was my first experience departing the ship in my plane by myself. Of course, then you go into advanced training, and that's the A4 Skyhawk then, the 2-seat version, and VT-25. It was VT-26 and T2 and VT-25 for my A4 flights. And so once again, for carrier training, we went back out to the Lexington, and it was not nearly as exciting. I didn't see the sharks in the water then, but I did all my landings, and I got out of there safely and sound and flew home to Beeville. But basically, I flew T-34s and A4s, and all my landings were on Lexington. Well, the Lexington was a neat ship. You see movies about aircraft carriers, and of course, while I was flying off of them, I hadn't really spent too much time on them yet as a midshipman, just that one deployment in my training process. So we got some landings, and then everybody shut our airplanes down and said, go downstairs, we're taking a break, get some lunch, we'll give your plane some gas. So I got to roam around the ship and look at it, and I just was mesmerized. It was really, really cool, and I just can't wait to go to Corpus Christi actually to see the Lexington again someday, because I thought that was really neat.